You might think pirates spent most of their time sword fighting and hunting treasure, right? But what if I told you that their biggest enemy wasn't other sailors or the Royal Navy? It was something much, much simpler. Finding clean drinking water. You might think pirates spent most of their time sword fighting and hunting treasure, right? But what if I told you that their biggest enemy wasn't other sailors or the Royal Navy? It was something much, much simpler. Finding clean drinking water. 1700s pirate ship sailing in the Caribbean. Let me tell you something funny about sailing in the 1700s. Ships could carry enough salted meat and hardtack to feed a crew for months, but water, that stuff turned into a disgusting soup of algae and bacteria faster than you could say, yo-ho-ho. Animation of a pirate pouring green slimy water out of a barrel. The average pirate needed at least 1 gallon of water per day just to stay alive under the scorching Caribbean sun. Do the math. For a crew of 50 pirates, that's 50 gallons a day. No wonder fresh water was sometimes more valuable than gold. Pirate drinks seawater, collapses dramatically. Now here's where it gets interesting. And kind of gross. Some desperate pirates actually tried drinking seawater when they ran out of fresh water. Bad idea. Really bad idea. Seawater has about 3.5% salt, which is way more than our kidneys can handle. Drinking it actually dehydrates you faster. One pirate crew even tried mixing seawater with wine, thinking the alcohol would make it safe. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Most of them got violently sick. It actually made things worse. Showing ship interiors and barrels. You have to understand, this was long before plastic containers or water purifiers. Their only option? Store it in barrels, in the coolest part of the ship, the hold, below deck. But even then, with all the heat, humidity, and rolling waves, clean water was always a precious commodity. Map showing a pirate changing course. Water was so valuable, pirates would even change their entire route just because they heard about a fresh water spring on some random island. Imagine being the most feared pirate in the Caribbean, but taking a detour because you're dying for a drink of clean water. So much for that fearsome reputation. Blackbeard. Speaking of reputations, everyone knows Blackbeard, right? Terrifying guy, smoking fuses in his beard, all that jazz. But he was also pretty smart about water. He targeted ships that were carrying fresh water supplies. Smart guy. Priorities. Storm approaching on the horizon. When things got really desperate, pirates turned to the most reliable backup plan, the sky. The moment a storm appeared, the entire crew moved faster than ever. The ship transformed into a giant water-catching machine. Pirates adjusting sails, collecting rain. They used sails like funnels, creating water channels. Crew members would fight over who got to position which sail. The forward sails caught the cleanest water. Why? Less bird poop. Even the wooden railings were used to channel water. Some pirates even carved grooves into the deck to direct more water into containers. Oh, and get this. During big storms, you'd see pirates running around with their hats upside down, trying to catch rain. Some would strip off their shirts and wring them into barrels. One parish account even described it like they were doing a bizarre rain dance. But what if there was no rain for weeks? That's when pirates got really creative. They had strict rules about water usage, stricter than the rules about treasure or fighting. Break the water rule and you were in serious trouble. Story of the Morning Star. One pirate ship, the Morning Star, once caught so much rain that they had 2 extra weeks of water. How did they celebrate? A rain feast. Everyone got an extra ration of water. Not very exciting for us today, but back then, better than a chest of gold. Pirates tried everything. They filtered water through cloth to catch algae and worms. One said the cloth turned so green it looked like seaweed mated with his best shirt. Some even built mini filtration systems using broken pottery, crushed shellfish, coral, and yes, even smashed pearl necklaces. Expensive filter, huh? Pirate distilling seawater. Now, this next method is questionable, but genius. Yes, pirates loved drinking rum, but it wasn't just a party. They used rum as water purifier. The official pirate grog recipe: 1 part rum, 4 parts water, splash of lime juice if you fancy, and congratulations, you've made the 1700s version of a Brita filter. Ironically, pirates didn't invent it. It was made by British Admiral Edward Vernon in 1440. His sailors called him Old Grog because of the grogram cloak he wore. Pirates just stole the idea, like everything else. A typical pirate ship with 50 men went through 70 gallons of rum just for grog. Yes, 70. Some of that rum mysteriously evaporated before it made it to the grog barrel. They called it the angel's share. Apparently, angels were heavy drinkers. One pirate even tried to convince his captain he needed extra grog because he was twice as thirsty. The captain replied, "Then you can be twice as thirsty with the same ration." And yes, one pirate crew actually mutinied when the grog was too watered down. Apparently, there's a fine line between water purification and pirate revolution. So despite all these clever tricks, rain catching, filtering, grog mixing, citrus squeezing, and water naps, clean water remained one of the greatest struggles of pirate life. But what made pirates legendary wasn't their swords or their ships. It was their resourcefulness. With nothing but some barrels, cloth, stolen jewelry, and rum, they managed to survive months at sea. That is pirate genius. I hope you found this story interesting. If you did, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe for more such fascinating historical and science-based stories. See you in the next video.